Kia ora tātou katoa. Welcome to the Creative Academy. My name is Mitao Kia, and in this lecture series, I'm going to teach you how to make this awesome scene. This series is geared towards beginners, complete beginners. So if you are wanting to get into 3D, follow me, cuz. So when you open up Blender for the first time, you'll see this little splash window, and I'm currently using 3.2, which is the latest version. You can see which version it is by these numbers at the top over there. So click off, and this brings us to our default scene. Now, yeah, it looks a little bit intimidating, but it's not really. So let me tell you what these are. This big window here, this is our 3D view, and this is pretty much where we're going to do 90% of our work over here. Now, on this side, this is our outliner. Below the outliner is our properties panel. Below our 3D view is our timeline. I'll talk about those in future lessons and future lectures, okay? But for now, let's get to navigating around our scene. Now, if I hold middle mouse button, press it down and hold it, I can rotate around my scene like that. If I hold shift and click down my middle mouse button, I can pan my scene left and right, up and down. And if I roll my middle mouse wheel in and out, it allows me to zoom in on our object. Another key element is to use our numpad on our keyboard. So if I press 1, that takes us to front view. If I press 3, that takes us to side view. And if I press 7, that takes us to the top view. You can also use this little widget over here, called the gimbal. Now, if I hover my mouse over it and left click and hold my left mouse button and drag, I can rotate around my scene like so. And if I hit -Y, which is that one, it brings us to the front. If I hit X, it'll take us to the side. And if I hit Z, it'll bring us to the top. So that's a way that you can navigate around Blender. So I'd take the next maybe 5 minutes or so to get used to zooming in, zooming out with our middle mouse wheel, holding shift, pressing down our middle mouse button, panning left, right, up and down, holding our middle mouse button down, and rotating our scene just like that. So take a few minutes to get used to that. Now, often what happens to me is I'll zoom out of my scene so far that I won't be able to find where my object is. And if this happens to you, this is all you need to do. Now, be aware that your object has to be selected for this to happen. You press the full stop on your numpad, and it brings you straight to your object. And like I said, your object has to be selected. And if it's not selected, you say, and if I zoom out, I can't see where my thing is. This is where the outliner comes in. The outliner just contains everything that's in your scene, everything. So if I click on the cube, my cube is now selected. And if I press the full stop button on our numpad, on our keyboard, it brings us straight to it, just like that. Awesome, that concludes the navigation section of our lesson. I'll see you in the next, where we're going to move stuff.